What's good, y'all? Good morning. Welcome back to the Sorry It's True podcast. It is your boy ARP, and we are here. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope everybody's recouping from the 4th yesterday. Hope everybody had a good time, safe time. Nobody got any tickets, got hurt. Nobody got locked up. There's a lot that went down yesterday. Actually, something that hit the news cycle related to fireworks and whatever. We're gonna get into that towards the end of the stream. But yeah, hope everybody from the chat is doing well, getting your morning rolling. Are you off work today? Hopefully, at least. Maybe just kicking back, joining the stream and chilling. Hopefully, right? We're gonna get things rolling shortly. Shout out to the chat. I see some of y'all coming in. Shout out to the members as always. I got KX starting off the day, gifting memberships on the channel. Once again, people, if you want a KX membership gift, be here when the stream starts. KX, what's good, homie? Good morning. Good to see you. I got another one of my members in the building. Between Rounds TV is here. What's good, G? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Don being in the building. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the whole chat, man. I see some of y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Detroit is in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all. What's up, AR? Good to see you. Good morning, G. All right. I got members coming in. I got chat on the way in. What's good? What's good? Good to see you. Karma Love, our member, is here. Good morning. All right. What we got going on today, man? Y'all see the title. Did Drake just finally turn the tide back in his favor? So what we're going to go over, he released a new song. He also did like a stream driving around in Toronto, bumped into some fans that he almost got into it with. We're going to play all of that. We're going to take a look at that. And then I'm going to get into that topic. And I'm also going to ask the chat how y'all feel about where Drake is today. All right. We'll see where we stand, because still the battle with Kendrick, the aftermath of that, the effects of on his career of that, it's always lingering. I don't know if it's going to linger for the rest of his career. It's possible. It really is possible. And also, I got a court update for Drake as well. Drake versus UMG. So we'll go over some of that paperwork briefly. What else do I have for y'all? I got a bunch of battle rap for you. See the title? I mean, not the title. I'm sorry. The thumbnail, people. Got Loaded Lux in the thumbnail. You got Arsonal the Rebel in the thumbnail. Let's do some more of the God Tier talk. You see Verb in the thumbnail. I got something for what is this? Day 19, day 20. I don't know. It doesn't even matter to me anymore. But yes, there is something that we got to take a look at in regards to Verb. So a bunch of battle rap when we get to kind of the middle-ish portion of today's stream. I also got Jay-Z in the thumbnail. I want to take a look at something for Jay-Z. Popped up on the headlines. And like I said, we got this July 4th situation that hit headlines we'll take a look at. And then we got an unfortunate passing that we also want to give condolences for as well. All right. So I say at this point, we get moving. Oh, my bad. At the end of the stream, too, I will give you my recap. I did see Jurassic Park. What is it? Jurassic World. Matter of fact, Jurassic World Rebirth. I saw that yesterday. I'll give you my recap on that. And I'm pretty much done with Squid Games Season 3. I'll give you my final opinion on that as well. Okay. So I think that's everything. Yeah, let's get working. Let's start with the homie Drake. So this one right here, video hit the internet. Drake confronts Kendrick Lamar fan for disrespecting him, and this is LeBron James on What Did I Miss? Did y'all see the new song come out? What Did I Miss? I'm going to play some snippets for y'all in case you haven't heard it yet. But it looks like he also did a live stream, and shout out to Chigs. This is on Chigs' channel. And we're going to take a look at some of this footage and breakdown of what Drake got going on. And he's got some of the confrontation on camera as well.
Oh man, here we go, you guys. Drake has officially started the rollouts for his upcoming album called Iceman. Now, according to Drake, he's still working on the album. He claims it's crunch time right now, but there's no release date yet. According to Drake, the coldest rollout might be on the way, and the rollout has officially begun, you guys. Now, around 6 p.m. on July 4th, Drake posted this on his Instagram page saying 9 p.m. A lot of fans suspected that Drake was going to drop new music, so people went to his YouTube channel at 9 p.m. Well, a lot of fans got there a little bit earlier because they wanted to see what was going to happen. To everybody's surprise, even though Drake was late, he did not start at 9 p.m., but he went live on his YouTube channel. Drake actually performed one of the records called What Did I Miss live on his channel. And then right after the music video was done, Drake took a ride around Toronto while he was still on live promoting the album. Now, we're going to get to that later, but Drake was dissing once again on this record. Drake is still upset and still shocked and flabbergasted that people actually switched up on him for Kendrick. The man is disgusted and he cannot believe it. Now, in this record, What Did I Miss?, Drake is dissing LeBron and a bunch of other people too. He said, I saw bro in the pop-out with them, but been dick riding gang since headlines. Drake also had bars like, you switched up on the guys and supported a hater. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How could some people I love hang around pussies who tried me? Now, if you guys want to say Drake is dissing Kendrick again by calling him a pussy and a hater, you definitely can. Now, Drake also violated man code and Dirty Mac LeBron James. You guys remember back when Drake dropped Fighting Irish, the LeBron James diss song, and he kind of tried to allude that LeBron James had been cheating on his wife? Then DJ Academics went on a whole rant against LeBron, saying Drake was providing you with the women. Well, Drake did some dirty macking as well on this record. He said, what did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure wires were hid? Man, what did I miss? When you was all in my crib looking at hoes. Word for word at all of my shows, you always felt like this, man. What did I miss? So Drake is once again edging, and he's dying to let people know that LeBron James allegedly was maybe looking at other women while he's married. At this point, if you're LeBron James, enough is enough, bro. You gotta squabble with this guy. It's time to go 1v1, and I'm not talking on the basketball court. You've already made it clear that you don't fuck with me anymore. Why do you keep dissing me and try to fuck up my marriage? Bro, what type of nigga is you? Some nasty work there, you guys. Now, also in the music video, very, very important, Drake was seen rapping surrounded by guns, and a lot of it. Maybe this was to symbolize the amount of people that try to shoot him and end him, but he's still alive. Now, after the music video was done, Drake went live to go drive around the city. Even though Drake got a good amount of love,
yes, sir. Yeah. It's love. It's love. What's up?
You ran all the way to find you.
I appreciate that. Love. Thank you. Love. Have a good night. Have a good night.
you best believe there's still guys that do not fuck with Drake in Toronto. Somebody called him a pussy while he was live, and Drake was not having it. He saw people in the city go and support Kendrick when he came there for the concert, so he definitely knows he has some haters, and he was quick to check one of them.
Yeah, man, trust me. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Love. So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now, pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Heard. Stop it. Yeah. Blessings.
One thing that confuses me though is when he was supposedly in the midst of that confrontation. So I did hear the person in the background. Drake is a bitch. Hold on. Let me be fair, people. That could fucking happen anywhere to any celebrity, okay? Anybody could just randomly just have a fan that don't like it. Drake is a bitch. Like, it doesn't look good when it looks like the whole damn city, it you know what I'm saying, turned on him when Kendrick came to Toronto to perform, and they went ape shit for fucking Kendrick in there. And then just to be driving, promote your album on live. Drake is a bitch. It don't look good. That could happen to anybody. So let's calm down. But what kills me is like, now you want to go back and forth with the fan. Why did he switch his lingo and his fucking so what then? So why did he go full West Indian Toronto? Oh man. All right, whatever. Am I picking at that? Am I ODing by pointing that out? Like, do you just switch? Like, okay, it's time to beef. I'm gonna start talking like in this cultural dialect. Like, does that happen with some of y'all? Like, is that a little weird? I'll bring it back for y'all. Hold on. That was weird to me.
So what then, big dog? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now, pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Heard. Stop it. Yeah.
Yo, he said, we'll fold that up right now. And then he goes back to his regular voice. Stop it. Like, Get a light switch. Like, how do you do that? That's the type of shit that Kendrick is putting in his diss tracks, B. Like, I'm not trying to pick at Drake. I'm not, man. If y'all go to my Instagram, the very last post that I put up, I used a Drake song as you know, the background. You know, the Churchill Down song. I think that's one of Drake's best verses. Definitely like a top 10, top 20 verse from him, alongside with the timestamp stuff. I love that track, and I love how he murdered that track. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Drake, man, but I just don't want to come off like I'm picking on him, people. I'm not just trying to find little things, but these are the things that don't allow us to forget about the Kendrick beef. Because it's the things that they called out. It's the things that Kendrick called out. You know, and then you're still doing it. Oh my God.
Blessings. Blessings. Big up yourself.
Hey man, one of you guys in the comments below gotta tell me which accent that is. And also let me know what you guys thought about the song, What Did I Miss, and also the music premiere. Drake is officially in rollout time, so let's see what else he has up his sleeves. You guys get.
Let's check some of this out. I'm gonna be careful because you know how these streams are with music, people. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna play a clip because the song, the What Did I Miss track that's going around now that he debuted, it's got 2 beats to it. So let me play little small clips from both pieces before the beat changes. Hold on.
Iceman, Tiffany, Bluestones, I done made plenty shit right at a 2 wrong shit. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, hold on. Let me take a little break there. Take a little break. All right. I'm gonna replay that again. Gotta be careful with the music. My apologies, people. Let's play it one more time. I like the vibe, that beat. Now the other, I think it's the first half. I think that beat actually comes in the second half, if I remember correctly. I listened to it this morning. But the other piece was this. Hold on, let me find the. No, that ain't it. Hold on. The first half of the song got a way more up-tempo beat. And I love that beat. I ain't gonna lie. Whoever produced this one, check this one out. Play too much, people. I like it. I like it. We don't gotta kill the man for everything. I'm trying to move on. I know that he does things. He's still addressing the past. He's still addressing the battle. He's still dissing LeBron. Like, I'm not the one that wrote this shit and is subbing LeBron. I'm not the one that's still addressing what did I miss? You nigga, I checked to my side. You were standing beside me, and now you gone, and now you at these shows cheering for my ops and all that. He wrote that. So when we listen to the lyrics, you know, we're gonna say, all right, we know what he's talking about. He's talking about old friends, and he's talking about the midst of the Kendrick battle. So, you know, he's still there, and it's a big situation. He's still in the middle of this UMG lawsuit. So we can't forget about it. But when I listen to him musically, I'm trying to just remove that shit and focus on the track. And if I just focus on the track, I like it. Not a bad song by far, especially that first beat, the more up-tempo one. I like it, man. I like it. I want him to stop that fucking little dance. You know, let's go. He yes, it's a popular dance, Drake. You don't really pull it off too well, like, and you continue to try to run it back. It's just like, chill out. You look awkward. It's a good song, man. All right. Let's go to the title. Did Drake just finally turn the tide back in his favor? Now, this is why I'll open that up to a larger discussion, not just because he just dropped one single. People, we understand the aftermath and the effects of the battle. You can't just drop one single, whether you like it or not, and then everything is erased from the past. There's a lot that's happened over the last 12 plus months, right? The turning of the tide, though. So one of the biggest things that's happening right now in Drake headlines is a lawsuit. Now that they're in court, Drake and UMG. Things have been very, very strong. I'm not going to say in Drake's favor, but I'm going to say very, very strong for Drake thus far. All right. I think the defamation stuff that he's been really, really trying to have his lawyers plead for, and it's still early on in the trial, but the judge is hearing things out and they're having some logical positions. Do we agree with it? Fuck no. We never will. But they're coming fully armed. And what do we expect from a legal team that's backing Drake? If he's paying $1 million plus a month, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. I wouldn't for a case like this. All the type of discovery and back and forth and tying all this together. Is a big chance that he gets a win here or gets to some form of substantial settlement with UMG. And remember, this ain't the only lawsuit that UMG is in the middle of. They got a bunch of shit going on. So if he wins that, it's going to turn a lot of people on to saying Drake was right all this time. Can't change the narrative of suing over a rap battle and claiming defamation. But the devaluing thing and the business behind it, if he's able to get to that and prove himself in the right in regards to being devalued, that'll be big. That'll be big. And he'll get to say, aha, I was right all along when it comes to that. Right? As far as the Kendrick thing, so Kendrick is still out there killing. He's not generating bad headlines for himself. Like Drake continues to find ways to put himself in negative lights, just like this right here with the fans and switching up his accent and all this type of shit. Kendrick, every time we see him pop into the headlines, what are we seeing? Oh, he flew into Toronto, he dominated. Oh, he just broke a record of touring amount of money that he brought in. Oh, the GNX is still #1 and broke this record, or that, like he doesn't give us the opportunities to put negative shit on him. It's true boogeyman nature, the way he navigates, the way he moves, and the way he keeps himself out of the headlines and keeps himself out of the public. Okay. But Kendrick is still out there being very, very successful in the midst of some of this rap battle. And we still got to call it that because some of the biggest songs that people are looking forward to on this historic tour is songs like Not Like Us. Okay. So this album will be instrumental and be pivotal for Drake's career. We went through the whole thing with Party Next Door, right? But you kind of get a pass with that because we have a certain expectation of the type of songs we expect on an album like that. The R&B, the collab, it's not you by yourself. Here goes this Iceman solo effort rollout. This will be pivotal. This is like the Denver Nuggets this year, right? You guys, the front office made some moves in the offseason. Don't know what's going to happen by the time you get to the trade deadline. If you guys don't have at least a conference finals appearance, you don't know what's going to happen with Joker, right? That's how it goes. Look, we're watching Giannis right now. It's the same concept. It's the same concept. You get to these pivotal moments, even though you are one of the best in the game or possibly the best player on the court, Joker, Giannis, top 1, top 2, top 3 players in the league. They're at these pivotal moments. Where's Giannis going to go? Is Joker upset with how they put the team together or managed the team or built out the bench? It's the same thing with Drake's album. It's the same fucking thing. When this album, this whole cold rollout and all that, if it's only focused on Kendrick drama and LeBron and people that turned on you and you know what I'm saying? And it just makes people go, nigga, where's the hits? Where's the timestamps? The rollout will be considered a failure. If the songs, a majority of them, make us think about the battle, that's not good. Because anytime we think about the battle, we think about a loss. Okay? We just need hit songs. Very, very pivotal for Drake. He needs to, on the UMG lawsuit side, as well as this upcoming solo album, his first one since the battle, on that part, he needs to turn the tide and do a whole, I told y'all I'm still that guy. I told you I'm still him. Thank you for all the people that continue to believe in me from a music standpoint, from a legal standpoint, as far as some of the decisions that I made that maybe some of y'all didn't agree with. Thank you for staying solid, because look what I just provided. Look what I just exposed. Look what I just dropped. So I think he's at the corner as far as turning the tide. He's at the corner, right? Are you gonna fuck it up? Are you gonna? So I'm interested for that. I want to pay attention to just the music, but his career could take a deep fall based on how this all goes. A deep fall, or he could save himself. Literally, he could save himself. Speaking of the lawsuit, though, we got a small update from his case. I went and took a look at the docket this morning. So one of his attorneys withdrew. All right. So Aubrey Drake Graham, plaintiff versus UMG Recordings as a defendant, motion to withdraw by Merrill C. whoever this last name of this person is. I, Merrill C., counsel to plaintiff Aubrey Drake Graham, plaintiff, in the above captioned case, submit this motion for entry of an order under local rule authorizing the withdrawal of my appearance in this case. The grounds for this motion are as follows. As of July 2nd, 2025, a couple days ago, I will no longer be working at Willie Farr and Gallagher LLP and will no longer serve as counsel for plaintiff. The other attorneys of record from Willie will continue representing plaintiff in this case. This withdrawal is not expected to delay proceedings, and I will not be asserting a lien on the case. Okay. I ain't gonna jump out the window. When you hear, if all you see is a headline, and if all you hear is one of Drake's attorneys drops out of the case, people are gonna run with that the way they did when we heard that one of Diddy's attorneys said, "Nah, I'm cool." They're gonna be like, "Damn, what the hell did you see, or what did you learn that made you say, nah, I don't want no parts of this case. I'm out of here." That's what will happen here. But when we read the actual paperwork, she says she's no longer working with that company. I assume that law firm. Okay. Now, could be a missteps there. If I'm a client, if I'm such a heavyweight client like Drake, if your law firm is possibly making, let's say, $1 million a month from me, $3,000 an hour from me, like Alex Spiro, right? And that's just Alex Spiro. Like, let's say, like the lead attorney. You have all these other smaller people that are part of your case that also have charging hourly rates as well, even though they may be smaller than the top person or the lead attorney, but still getting charged by them. It adds up crazy. And so if you're representing such a high profile case and a high profile client like this, and you have somebody that is essential to the case. Now, we don't know if this Merrill person is essential to the case. Do you fire them in the middle of this? Or did this person just retire? Like, would this person want to quit from this law firm while they are in the midst of such a high profile case like this? Like, it's weird. So there's cause to look around and try to connect a couple of dots and use some common sense there. But at the same time, the words are the words. We can't jump too much further past that. Saying she's no longer with the company. She's not saying I no longer want to represent Drake. Okay. So as we see these headlines popping around, the actual paperwork is slow down, nothing too crazy, but got a little common sense. It could have been a misstep there. I don't know. On either side, the firm or hers, I don't think it could be anything related to Drake's misstep. Doesn't say that Drake fired her, right? So, all right. That's Drake. That's Drake. Let's get into. Shout out to Jay. Jay said, "Iceman tings. You know, change the dialect for the beef." What? What you say? What you say? What? Wait! Don't shy up now, pussy. Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, wait a minute, whoa. Which voice am I getting? All right. Let's go to battle rap. I'm gonna start with the God tier conversation. You see Arsonal in the thumbnail. You see Loaded Lux in the thumbnail. Let's revisit the list. My personal opinion, right? Who are the God tiers right now? Or do I need to start with the definition of a God tier again? Don Bean said it. Once we get into battle rap, here we go. I don't got nothing crazy for you today. Here we go. I don't got nothing crazy for y'all today. All right, I promise. All right. Do I need to, before I tell you the list, my personal list, do I need to describe or define God tier again? I think you guys did a great job of defining God tier by your opinions in the chat. I brought that up on the chat the other day. If I had a couple small parameters again, just for context, God tiers, they crack ground. God tiers, they are among the higher viewership. They are almost actually they should always be an A side, right? Even if they end up on the right side of flyer, it's just you got to have two people on one side or the other. They can easily be the A side no matter who they battle. No matter who they battle, A side. Okay, the alphas in the room. biggest draws, right? You can't be a God tier if nobody wants to pay to see you, if nobody wants to show up to see you. You're always the main event, right? Or for the most part, you're almost always a main event. I know sometimes people mix things around a little bit. Like I got Charlie Clips and Tay Rock as God tiers, but sometimes I see cards where they're not main events. So most of the time, they're almost always main events, but definitely big draws. Um, they can be an attraction on any stage, in any city, in on any league. Okay. And there's more attributes. I don't want to drag that out. We kind of went through that already. Okay. Now here's my list. You got Loaded Lux, you got Murda Mook, you got Hitman Holla, you got Cassidy, you got Tay Rock, you got Charlie Clips. Okay. Today I want to open up the discussion if Arsonal is a God tier as well. All right. I want to visit that. Some things that we spoke about with Charlie Clips, though, that made us add Charlie Clips. Because at first I only had 6. And we came back, we did a stream. We said Clips needs to be there. One attribute we said about Clips was Clips is in the room with all the God tiers. You got one God tier over here. He's hanging out with his feet up. You got another God tier. Oh, this is all in the heavens, all right? Got another God tier over there reading a magazine. Got another God tier over there writing some raps, right? Charlie Clips is the guy that walks out the room, flies down to earth, removes the cape like Thor, walks around like a human, sometimes even for too long. These are all parallels and metaphors, people. Sometimes even for too long, where even the humans forget that he's actually a god, right? But then comes back up into the heavens, walks through the door to rooms with blood on his hands, and everybody says, "Where did you go?" And he says, "I just fell out, ran down there real quick, have some fun, jumped around real quick, and whatever." And they look at him like he's crazy sometimes, like, dude, like why? That's Charlie Clips. Arsenal has some of that. Now, if you want to consider that jumping outside, getting your hands bloody sometimes amongst the humans, like let's say the mid tiers or even the up and coming guys, right? The Loaded Luxes and the Murda Mooks and the Hitmans and the Cassidys, they don't do that. They don't do that. But they recognize their peer, Charlie Clips, sitting over there as one of them. They say, he's one of us. If I walk into the room first and Charlie Clips is there, I know I'm in the right room. And I think that is very, very the case for Arsenal. So when we talk about draw, when we talk about viewership, and another one, the million views, right? You can't only have million view battles when you're facing. Oh, my bad. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I had another person. I missed a person. Surf. My bad. I gotta bring back the list. Is Murda Mook, is Loaded Lux, is Sue Surf, is Hitman Holla, is Charlie Clips, is Tay Rock, and Cassidy. So I'm adding now the conversation of is Arsenal number 8. Okay. My bad, I missed Surf. Because he definitely checks all the boxes of the attributes that we just said. Okay. Cracks ground. The million view conversation. You can't only have million view battles for the most part when you face another God tier, because that means that they're the reason why, not you. Okay. So, like when we looked at Verb's resume and we saw the last million view battle that he had was versus Loaded Lux. Then the one before that was versus Murda Mook. And then I believe the one before that was like the 2-on-2 with Hitman, right? All of his bundled together, even at his peak, even when he was at his highest point of viewership within the culture, all his million view battles are with other God tiers. And God tiers can give you a million view battle. A God tier like Murda Mook will get Rosenberg Raw to his, Charlie Clips, not Murda Mook. Charlie Clips will get Rosenberg Raw to his first million view battle ever. Okay. A battle like Murda Mook will get Big K to 1 million views, and Big K doesn't do a lot of million view battles. Hitman will take Ill Will, who doesn't do a lot of million view battles, to a million view battle as well, right? So the million view thing definitely can be an indicator, right? It can't just be with God tiers, and you give other people these battles. One other attribute that I will mention, because it's relevant to why Lux is in the thumbnail, the outcome of when you bump into another God tier. Okay. Charlie Clips, he bumped into Tay Rock not once but twice. What was the outcome? Charlie Clips bumped into A Verb. What was the outcome? And people sometimes argue A Verb, like, is he there? Is he Mount Rushmore? Where is he? But what happened when he faced A Verb? Charlie Clips versus Loaded Lux. Damn near diamond battle, by the way, right? Charlie Clips versus Hitman Holla. Like, what's the outcome of some of these battles when it's God tier on God tier? Even Murda Mook versus Lux, and so forth and so on, right? You got to get some blood on your hands when you face another God tier, or have God tier wins under your belt, right? You can't just get scorched and dragged around the place, or it's like you never belonged in this room. So let's first go into Arsenal's let's go into his verse tracker, the way that we did with everybody else that we ran down their resume so far, and looked across some of their views and seen if they were giving other people million view battles, see how frequent they may have bunched up with million view battles during some of the viewership peak. All right, here goes Arsenal. Arsenal is at a total, as per verse tracker, 110 plus million views. Now, realize this is one of the first things you can't take from Arsenal that makes him a god. He is number 2 on the all-time total view list. It's Charlie Clips at number 1. It's Arsenal at number 2. I believe 3 and 4 is Hitman and DNA. And Hitman and DNA might have only like 1 million views between them or something like that, right? So DNA, when he comes back, him and Hitman might be going back and forth, because DNA will probably do some views when he comes back and takes his first battle after being away for so long. But Hitman's on the scene. Matter of fact, shit. Now that I think about it, Hitman will probably stay ahead of DNA because he's got a Murda Mook battle coming. It's already booked, September 13th. And Hitman versus Murda Mook should do 5 million plus within a year. So anyway, but yeah, those are your top 4 and 5 view people. Arsenal's number 2. He's number 2. So let's also scroll down. Let's take a look. I see verse tracker might be missing some views up here in the 110, actually, because if they're going based on the battles that's shown, I know for sure Coach Corleone was in Arsenal's last battle. That was a what now battle. Or my bad. A now what battle? What now? Now what battle on RBE? It was in black and white. It's got almost 300,000 views in a full circle with Rosenberg Raw. Those are not his last 2 battles. Okay, almost 400,000 with Bad News. You got this battle here with the up and coming Infrared. Don't like that at all. 24. So this is I think we're going to see a segment here of views where this is the coming down from the heavens and walking amongst the humans for way, way too long. And I'm not giving Arsenal an excuse. I'm telling you the reality. The reality is Arsenal, who is still very, very active and outside, he's already battled everybody. So he really is Thor without the cape, in the regular clothes, walking around. And he's battling a lot of up and comers and mid tiers and some top tiers that still hasn't checked. He hasn't checked off of his list. And that's going to impact his viewership because he's down there just like Charlie Clips. He's taking a lot of battles. Okay. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him, but it is true. So you see some of this 37,000. I'm very surprised that him and Jag, with the history that they had, is only 124,000 views, but it was a full circle. Here goes the 3rd place spot from the viewership of Max Out 3. Him and B Magic. Surprise battle at that. That's heavy. Okay. Smaller viewership with a lot of these battles. Him and Bill Collector, 500,000. Okay. Now we start to get to in some of where it's like, this is who Arsenal is when battle rap is booming and he steps out front and says, let me show you what I can carry. Millie Rock. Almost a mil right here with Pat Stay. Millie. 800 with Iron. Millie. Okay, let's keep going. Millie. Yeah. I'm surprised him and Show Off don't got a million. Millie. Yeah. Millie. Almost a million here versus Daylight, 953. Millie with Clean Paper. This was a dope battle on Black Ice Cartel. Millie. So let's pause for a second. This battle right here, he also has this on his resume. We talk about Loaded Lux and Charlie Clips almost being diamond. I think Hitman and Surf might be diamond. When I say diamond, people, I mean the 10 million mark, right? Very, very rare in battle rap that comes from battlers from the States, right? If you go to Flip Top, maybe a different story. But when you consider the leagues that have been Toronto and America based, you know, the States and battlers from the States, I don't know if there's 5 diamond battles, right? Arsonal doesn't just have a diamond battle. He's got almost 5 million more than a diamond battle. 14 million.7. I believe when we talk about the States, including Toronto with King of the Dot and American-based battle rappers, I believe this is the highest viewed battle. I believe he has that. That's the LeBron scoring title right there. You know, that's what the lead scorer of all time. That's what that battle is for Arsonal. You can't touch it. You can't argue it. You can't discredit it. It is one of the, it's the only trophy that looks like that in everybody's trophy rooms. Everybody's got some championship rings, some MVPs, some diamond plaques, some platinum plaques, some battle of the year, some started my own league plaques, got my I'm the most original with this plaques or whatever. But for all those people that got all those different plaques that some of them share in common, he's the only one with this one. Mega. Okay, let's keep going. And I'm going to tie that in to another reason why he's a God tier. Stay with me. Millie. And then we start getting down into his Fight Club and his Lions Den days and 106 in Park. Even his origins. Not only has he crossed every era of battle rap and remained strong and worst case scenario, at least relevant, even the early eras, look how much he has touched. 106 in Park, Lions Den, Fight Club, and Grind Time. Those are what a lot of us from the States consider some of the origins. And then you have King of the Dot and URL. All right. But before we had the reformation and the trend setting of URL and King of the Dot, right? To be able to say, I did 106 in Park, which is where a lot of this was starting to take form. I did Lions Den, which was a place where a lot of this was starting to take form. I did Fight Club, which is where a lot of this is taking form. And I did Grind Time, which is where we met a lot of our stars from. And this is all taking form. And he has dominance in all of those arenas before we get to King of the Dot and URL. And he's even got million view battles before we get to King of the Dot and URL coming on the scene. Look at this. Lions Den, Millie. Grind Time, Millie. Fight Club, Millie. If this ain't God like shit, I don't know what is. All right. Now, let me get to my next thing about Arsonal. Let me get to his alias. What's Arsonal the Rebel's alias? The King of Disrespect. The man put a whole genre, lane, and formula, and he's the top suited to carry the definition of it. What do I mean by that, ARP? You got these pieces of battle rap that say like these are standouts. So if I talk about who's bar for bar, like some of the lyrical titans or gods or best ever, right? People might consider a Loaded Lux, but there's also people in battle rap who then can argue against other people that are on similar level as Loaded Lux when it comes to that category, right? People might say Daylight. They might say that. Some people might say a Verb. Ball for ball. Some people might say Rum Nitty from this new, last era. They might. Ball for ball. Right? Hell, if you put Loaded Lux versus B Dot, you might see a mirror match. Right? Let's take another one. Let's take performance. You say performance, a lot of people's going to say, all right, the king of performance and the person that birthed it and put a stamp on it and made it popular was Hitman Holla. But there's people that contest Hitman Holla in his big category there that he still owns. You're gonna contest him with the K-Shine. You're gonna contest him with a New Jersey twerk from a performance standpoint. You will, right? When you talk about disrespect, there is no contention for. There's nobody contesting Arsonal for. It's Arsonal, and then it's miles and miles away is the first person that you can get close to that says consistently delivers that in an impactful, bar-heavy still way. The king of disrespect genre and subcategory within, not to mention that disrespecting your opponent is the name of the game. I study rap battles for a living. There's a quick shot at Drake and his lawsuit, right? It's one of the biggest elements of battle rap, disrespecting, belittling, and exposing your opponent. And he has the king title to it. And he birthed the shit. He's the only person that can get up there and say the most outlandish, disgusting, nasty shit. And we got our popcorn. Other people, it makes our skin crawl. We be like, he went too far. When Jag did that shit with Math in the third round, a lot of people said, you went too far. I ain't really fuck with that. Now, this is what I meant about the link back to his diamond and a half battle versus Shoddy Horror. The amount of disrespect that he gave to Shoddy Horror is timeless. You're talking about the man's deceased in his face. And shout out to Shoddy Horror for being a big part of this battle, of course. The viewership of it, being a good sport, and being a legend and a Hall of Famer within himself. Shout out to Shoddy Horror. We love Shoddy Horror. But he did it in this diamond and a half battle. And it became legendary. And it will never be replicated. This is why King of the Dot did the rematch of Shoddy versus Arsonal, which probably also is over 1 million views. A rematch. How many rematches are going to go diamond? Where's the rematch? Is it listed here? Where's the rematch? Here it is right here. It's 2 million. How many rematches are going to do 1 million or 2 million views? How many times do we even want to see a rematch? This was one of the most important, if not the most important rematch in battle rap history. Arsonal the Rebel versus Shoddy Horror. The biggest viewership battle from this lane. What? And he carried his disrespect into it. It's another thing that Arsonal is known for. He might be the first traveling battle rapper. I'm talking about, he probably, before he had a mustache, was already stamping his passport in the name of battle rap. Who some of y'all have never been, will never be booked overseas, ever. 90+% of battle rappers will never be booked overseas. Is that too low of a number, people? Am I going too low? 99% of battle rappers will never be booked overseas. But this guy has seen damn near the entire world from battle rap and people wanting to bring him to their land. he's the king of that. Yo. So he took, when he says he took his flag worldwide. Battle rap for real. And then the whole disrespect and every, like, he's a god. He's just similar to Charlie Clips. All gods are different. They've reached their god tier level in a different way. The draw, the main events, the viewership, the views, the impact, the pioneer, the early platforms, the golden era, the Fight Club, the Lions Den, the Grind Time, and 106 in Park. Who the fuck does he think he is? Who does he think he is? The pioneering of the style, the biggest viewed battle, still crossing every era, still main eventing today. Today. Some of us met this man on 106 in Park, and he's still main eventing today. That's like, what, a 20 plus year career of doing this shit? God tier. And I need to issue a formal apology to Arsonal the Rebel. I've always had him on my personal Mount Rushmore. Always. I've always had Arsonal the Rebel on my personal Mount Rushmore. But the times that I've had the God tier conversation over the years, I didn't include Charlie Clips and I didn't include Arsonal the Rebel. In the same way I owe Charlie Clips an apology for that. I didn't disrespect these guys, but it's like the Stephen A. Smith shit. Like, God forbid you put somebody on Mount Rushmore and don't put them as a God tier. You disrespected them. But no, the reason why I owe Arsonal the Rebel is similar to when I had to issue to Charlie Clips the other day, an apology, is because I'm not doing enough of my own due diligence to put together the pieces like I just did and look over the reason why he is. I think I was caught up too much looking at Charlie Clips and Arsonal and saying, Thor is walking around on Earth too much. And I'm another one of them humans that I'm forgetting he really could put that cape on and call his hammer at any moment. And he's born a god. He was created in this shit as a god. He's maintained a god. He's done godlike things, but he's walked around amongst us civilians so long. I walk past him and say, hey, what's up, Thor? You all right? Well, me, I'm running Starbucks. What you about to get into? And you forget it's a god. Charlie Clips and Arsonal have that syndrome, and I need to take those blinders off, and I've removed them, and I apologize for walking around with those blinders. I need to be somebody, especially as a battle rap spokesperson. I need to be smarter than that. So I apologize, Arsonal. You are absolutely a god tier. The resume, the history, who you are, what you have done this whole time. I didn't even talk about the fact that you were the first to create a league that contended with top ranks. Everybody knows how URLs always move. They always have been a hell and back to maintain the #1 spot, right? Before they was into it with me, they was into it with UW for a minute. They was into it with King of the Dot for a minute. I broke that down in my Follow the Imitators series. That's all what it boils down to, just volleying for #1, right? But before there was an RBE, there was a UW. And UW was putting up big battles and million view battles. And they were pushing URL around in that spot. And they were pushing the fans around as well, saying, it's not just King of the Dot and URL. UW has a lot to offer. UW did that before y'all said RBE was doing that. They did. And Arsonal, probably from my standoffish ways as a league owner, I know I did it more, I did it longer, and I did it, what some people would say from a long standpoint of time, more impactful. But from a standpoint of a league owner that is a little bit standoffish to say, ain't nobody pushing me nowhere, fuck you. Arsonal did that before me. You know, Arsonal did that before me. Me and Arsonal used to talk on the phone all the way back then and have conversations about that shit. He'd be like, man, fuck niggas. And I was like, go get it then, G. You know what I'm saying? And I was the same way. Everybody knew my storyline. Like I'm not going for none of it. Like, my platform is my platform. But Arsonal was standing that type of fight on the front line of some of the type of shit that I went through, he did that before RBE, you know? So I didn't even talk about his league standpoint of the part of his God tier resume and legacy. The man's got a historic league. Even though UW didn't stay for the long run and then they went away for a long period of time, and then when they came back in like a smaller scale. They still did a lot of great stuff. They gave us shit like Hollow versus Lux at a time when that battle was at its peak demand. Okay, that high stakes situation. You're getting the bookings of the Sue Surfs and the Hitmans and the Calicos in this type of shit that's going on. I was at the high stakes event. It was pandemonium. It was one of those pinnacle moments for battle rap to look up and say, we're about to see it. It's about to happen. Finally, Manny Pacquiao versus Mayweather. Finally. That was how we felt in that building for Hollow versus Loaded Lux. And here goes Loaded Lux carrying the casket and all this type of shit. Shout out. If you was there, shout out to you. I was there. I was in the building. If you were there, man. He's got historic shit in his league, too. You know, like, God tier. Salute to you. Salute to you. And also, I got two more things to go over. Just in a this is a homage moment for Arsonal the Rebel, man. He deserves as much time as it takes for me to go through this. I want to say this, because when we talk about when these God tiers bump into each other, Arsonal versus Loaded Lux. Where is that battle at? How many views is it? Where's Arsonal versus Loaded Lux? How many views is Arsonal versus Loaded Lux? Where is it? Oh, no, I'm on Loaded Lux's page. Yeah, so it should be easier to find. I'm on Loaded Lux's page. Why don't I see it? Am I missing something? See Hollow, see Murda, Charlie. Oh, duh, it's right here in front of me. All right, it's at 2 million views. It's at 2 million views, as it deserves to be. Actually, it could do more than that. If I look at Loaded Lux's verse tracker here, watch this. Loaded Lux versus Rum Nitty. Debatable, right? Loaded Lux versus Geechee Gotti. Clear loss. This is why it was like Murda Mook avenging Loaded Lux in New York when Murda Mook battled Geechee, right? 2-on-2, we won't count that. Loaded Lux versus Verb. Debatable, right? Loaded Lux versus Charlie Clips. Debatable, right? I guess we could say, right? Loaded Lux versus Murda Mook, the total slaughter battle. Clear loss. So now we're at 2 clear losses for Loaded Lux. Loaded Lux versus Hollow the Don. I could force myself in every one of these battles to pick a winner, and I probably did at the time. I probably even have blogs on the channel saying who I choose, but I'm just one person. Loaded Lux versus Hollow, debatable. They're going to argue like that forever. Calico, clear win. I don't remember D. I don't remember this 106 in Park shit. Murda Mook versus Loaded Lux, the original. Do y'all want me to say debatable so I don't have anybody in the chat going crazy? And I don't remember none of this fucking the 106 in Park stuff. So pretty much, I only have 2 people from what I just went over clearly beating Loaded Lux, right? Geechee Gotti and Murda Mook at the total slaughter battle. The third one is Arsonal. Arsonal to me is the only of 3 people. He's of 3 people to clearly beat Loaded Lux. Am I saying that right now just because this is an Arsonal moment? And no, I had to make sure for anybody that would start thinking that like, oh, Arsonal's your friend, ARP. No. Look at this video right here. 2017, people, 8 years ago. It's on the channel. What did I say?
If I had to choose right now off of the initial feeling and impact of those rounds, it's Arsonal. It's Arsonal. Definitely 2-1. He may have edged the first 2. This is that last 5% that I'm talking about.
I had him clear 2-1, and I said he might have even edged the first. I had him clearly beating Loaded Lux. And here's another historic thing that we forget. as time passes. Not only do I have him clearly, of only 3 people, but clearly beating Loaded Lux, he beat Iron Solomon like 10 days before, clearly as well, on King of the Dot. The motherfucker faced Loaded Lux and I mean, yeah, Loaded Lux and Iron Solomon in a span of like 10 days. He cleared both of them. To me, I said it back then. I'm gonna say it right now. I know nobody's gonna argue what happened with Arsonal and Iron Solomon. Iron Solomon even ended up in controversy. And it's funny we talk about the King of Disrespect, and only he can go to those levels. I'm thinking about this right here in flight. Are y'all historians like me? Wow. I can go multi-layer with this one. He's the only one that can go to that level of disrespect. When Iron Solomon, who is beloved, tried to match Arsonal with disrespect, he ended up getting dragged in the culture for it. You guys know what I'm talking about? I want to mention it here, but it involved somebody's personal family. And they dragged Arsonal for it. I mean, not Arsonal, Iron Solomon for it. Because he was facing Arsonal and he tried to do a level of disrespect and brought in some personal stuff. And only Arsonal can get away with that. You want another layer? That moment is tied to King of the Dot losing, especially during that time, the biggest piece of their financing. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm even trying to reserve names out of respect. Because Swave knows what I'm talking about right now. Because that person who was integral in financing King of the Dot, he went through that moment where his family felt like, I don't need this shit from these battles. And then the man's wife was feeling away and whatnot. And I think Swave was involved in some of this because the person is tied to Swave on some Team Homie shit. Right? But that person, I believe, that was the moment where they said, I'm falling back from battle rap for family reasons and whatnot. And that was, at the time, the biggest financing piece of King of the Dot. Nigga, Arsonal cut King of the Dot in half, whether he takes claim in it or not. and then 10 days later, he goes on and beats Loaded Lux. That's some history right there. Wow, look at those dots connecting. How's that for a butterfly effect of Arsonal facing somebody and somebody trying to be the king of disrespect along with them? How's that for a butterfly effect? Arsonal, I don't even think that you ever thought about that one. All right, in tribute to the king of disrespect, let me play around. In tribute to the man. Let me play around.
Hey, yo. QB tried to disrespect me. The nerve of her. All your whole stock, straight pigeons. You a bird lover. It's fucked up I gotta disrespect this little nigga just to get what I deserve from her. You wearing tight shit today. You don't even dyke the right way, bitch. You'll never compare to Verb mother. You ain't gonna kill nothing. You still stunning. You for real bluffing. You out here fucking bitches with a strap on and you moaning, knowing damn well you don't feel nothing.
His face. The owner's trying to keep composure while watching the time. Sometimes, now y'all know I got a lot of historic reactions on RBE battles, right? But sometimes I don't get to enjoy the battle as much as I do. It's just the vibe and it's just what's going on. It changes, right? And sometimes you hear some shit, you want to react so bad. It's just like, you got to hold it back. I think that like Arsenal's having one of these rounds right here where the owners is up there like, Oh, QB, my nigga, too. Like, fuck. Trying to be all politically correct. It ain't happening, G.
I got my hammer and the rest of my tools. I'm trying to build something. Introduce you to that Tommy. I ain't talking Phil and Lil cousin. Don't forget that you a bitch still. You out here talking like your dick real. Bitch, you'll never get to experience that as soon as you stick in the tip field.
Liar.
You could be on a date with one of these bitches, just you and them, and you still considered the fifth wheel. Because if the four don't hit you, bitch, the fifth will. Don't forget I slap bitches. Short, tall, skinny, and fat bitches. I know how to catch a predator. All you dyke hoes, the catfishes. When your bar's real, that make it hard to reach, like when your back itches. In this ring, I'm Sid, a psycho bitch. I'm not vicious. For your style, I'm responsible. QB, you ain't Arsenal. I'll put duct tape over your pubic hair and rip the shit off for you. There go your Brazilian wax. I walk in your crib and eat all your children's snacks. You out of shape, black dyke bitch. Snapchat couldn't filter that. It's time I bust a rhyme. I'm from the same city as Rod Digger. Oh, I flip modes. I hit a spliff and now it's stars in my eyes, nigga.
Yeah.
I will throw you out the emergency exit on a plane if I fly with you. No matter which way you look at me, I'm still the same like a swastika. You the type of dyke that get excited if a bitch call you her side nigga. What? Trying to carjack
Crazy.
make you sit in the passenger seat and come along for the ride, nigga. Listen to vibes with you, vibe with you, rob you while I'm getting high with you, then shoot you and all these bitches at once. That's a squad picture. I ain't trying to show up to your house on a Sunday like a new neighbor. Cause bitch, I don't gotta be in the mix. That's how you lose flavor. I don't do favors. I will school lunch cafeteria food trayer. That strap you wear on a daily ain't a part of your outfit. You ain't Tomb Raider. Bitch, I'll catch you in a grocery store. Wow, brain splattered by the cookies. You still below average to a vet. So I sat her by the rookies. If I reach for her titties, woo, had her try to push me. I'm proud to be American. Trump told me I could grab her by the pussy.
My shit is real. My shit is raw. My shit is authentic. And you can't spell bars without putting that. He's also got one of the dopest outro / mottos, right? I guess we could close it like that. Fire. Shout out to the God. Shout out to the God. All right. Shout out to the chat. Y'all still with me? Not by the cookie. Yo, on the low, if you replay that performance there towards the end when he was setting all that up, the Trump shit, and that was in headlines, the whole Trump audio, the grab about a pussy shit, right? But he set her up, but QB didn't go for it when he said, "Ooh, by a titty," right? I think he tried to make her react on like as if she was gonna try to push her, right? But all crazy setups, man. To think that you also write in a way and perform in a way to see if you're going to land certain reactions that will then lead into a haymaker. Insanity. All right, let's stay battle rap. Let's go to the island. I told y'all today wasn't going to be anything major. I'm not going to give you guys anything out of the archives, and I'm not bringing up any old footage or clips today when it comes to our best friend Verb. But I do want to play this third round from Murda Mook. Now, a little history of this third round from Murda Mook. You guys heard when I said setting it up, Verb, he didn't negotiate, he didn't care. He said, where do I sign? On the first call, first number, first negotiate, everything. The only thing that really went back and forth was the time limits. The third round, that was a Mook thing. He was like, we're gonna do first round, second round at whatever it was, and the third round unlimited. Somewhere during the rollout, I was on the phone with Mook, and he tells me, he said, "You're gonna feel like you paid me for 3 battles." And I didn't know what he was talking about. I assumed he meant like the impact, or I didn't think that he meant the money of it. I didn't think that he meant the views. Like I just really wasn't sure. Right? I wasn't sure what he meant when he said that. Fast forward, standing on that stage, when you walk out the building, in that moment, you realize like that was one of the longest rounds I've ever watched live. And you don't realize until the footage gets edited and we upload it and we look at it, and it's like, oh, this shit is like 24, 27 minutes. When you're standing there, you don't even like, some of the time is going by as you're listening and everything, but you don't realize like this is a whole battle, right? And that's what he meant when he said you're going to feel like you paid me for multiple battles, right? Because there's a lot of videos that's uploaded 3 rounds from each battle. That's like 24, 25, 27 minutes. Right? He put a whole battle in his third round. Now, no hate, no bullshit. I'm already documented saying this across the years in videos, in tweets. I don't give a fuck about this shit going back on Verb. I'm never going to go back and change who I am. That's how, once again, you throw away your integrity. You do things like you cock slide RBE, and then you get into it with RBE, and then you start cock sliding URL. That's when somebody loses their integrity. I don't do shit like that, right? Now, I've always said the way I judge this battle is first round, Verb. Third round, Murda Mook. Second round, I don't know. You do whatever you want with the second round. It's debatable, right? I've always had this as a debatable battle, right? I think a lot of people lean towards Verb in this battle. One, it was such an underdog factor. You had a lot of people expecting him to get washed. Hell, half the culture, if not more than half the culture, didn't even want him in this battle. It was just like, RBE, you guys are fucking up by even giving Murda Mook on his return to Verb, coming off of all these losses, judge losses, and all this, being paid Verb. Like, this is a ridiculous booking. He was such a heavy underdog. Now, some of the tide, as far as accepting the battle, turned with the promotion, and by the time we got to the face-off and the rollout of the card, it became a way more interesting situation than it was when we first announced it. We did a good job repairing the announcement. We did a great job, actually, repairing the announcement. But as far as the turnout of the battle, people still expected Verb to die. You even see it in the intro. You see, battle on my left. It's Verb. He gets his cheers, and then of course it's also happening in Manhattan, and Murda Mook is from up the street in Harlem, right? When we announced Murda Mook, you see me fall back holding my ears. You can't really tell on the footage, but the way the room was cracking sonically from the cheers in the room when we said Murda Mook, let's go, and he puts on his do-rag, the whole room just, I literally was holding my ears in there for real. Like, this shit is crazy, right? That third round, though, because when Verb has such a classic first round like that, and he's having haymakers in his first round, and he's the underdog, and he's surpassing expectations, and he went second. And psychology-wise, people understand sometimes why it's so important. If you win that coin flip, 9 times out of 10, the battle, unless they're facing a rebuttaler, is gonna go second for the last impression. So stars are lining up for Verb. No discredit at all. Like, and he had an epic first round. Epic. I think he started to take the room from Mook. That's why you heard the 3-0 chant even before I think the rapping was done. Verb, from being an underdog, people love an underdog story, and he started to take the room from Mook, right? And I think some of these factors actually bleed into Murda Mook's third round not really being looked at the depth and the level that it should be. You got to give Verb some credit for that. But as a battle rap head, I always did. I always said Mook got the third round. For nothing else, to do a flawless third round that's like 24, 27 minutes within itself is incredible. But when you listen to the round, from what I remember, we're going to do it right now, and I'm going to give you a reaction to it. From what I remember, he goes through 3 chapters of a Verb and his personality and who he is. And when we say Murda Mook is one of the best anglers ever, this is why. For him to step a Verb through 3 chapters in a 20+ minute round, it's insane. So let's actually pay attention to the bars now outside of all the mystique of the battle, and let's pay attention to the things that he's actually saying. And let's see if he's revealing things that we have been either covering up or not paying attention to all this time.
Now, before we begin,
He says that at the third round. That's
before we
funny.
begin, I'm gonna need them to get deep into this, cause y'all got me battling a nigga that don't even exist. You picked the name Verb. The definition of that word mean action. But if action causes reaction, you abstract. Let's speak facts then. Pay attention to me, Captain. Listen to what I'm telling you. If your existence predicates off decisions, you hypothetical. If I'm if I'm getting too much ahead of you, well, let me try helping you and getting it clear. The stage matter. We could touch it. We could.
That is very true. You could feel that vibe. You could feel that energy. You could see it in his performance. Even in the first round, the pushing, the pointing at Verb. Even when Verb is chill or whatever, he's swiping, and he's still putting his hand back to Verb's head or whatever. At the end of the day, this is Mook's return, right? After 4.5 years, so he probably had a lot of pent up, over ambitious, like, let me really show the difference between me and all these niggas. So I'm not trying to make no excuses for Mook, but that might have been a part of it, right? Then you also got, I think there was some dislike there, right? I don't think that he even thought that Verb should be there, but he's like, this is who RBE wants me to battle, right? So I think he had some of that animosity there. You see some of it in the face off of the things he's saying to Verb. I don't know if he had that much respect for him as he would just any other man that he battled, right? I think he had a little bit less for respect for Verb as a man, you know? Then if you look in Verb's backdrop, you know, Verb would try to parade it around as if like it's because he's so dolo and he's so strong. It's almost like he has no. They're gonna think this is a shot. I've been working with a Verb for over 10 years. I've never seen him. I know he says security guard, this security guard. I swear to God, I don't lie on no man. I swear on everything. I've never seen a Verb with a security guard. I know he had this whole Twitter run where he was saying me and my security this and pay this, and you threaten the whole thing last year with Hitman. It's a lie. I've never seen the man with security ever, right? Let alone pulling up with like a bunch of people, even 4 or 5 people. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. When I went to one of his battles in I think it was Oakland, was it Ebola? Who did he battle? I forget, but I think it was him and a female, right? Here in the backdrop of the Murda Mook battle, one of the people standing behind him, I think, is Danny Myers, and another person that's standing behind him is actually one of Big K's homies, right? The guy that got into it with Calico when Calico and Big K battled, right? When Calico called out the Gucci headband that dude was wearing. That's Big K, homie. It's not Averb Peoples. Like the dude is just standing on stage. He don't know Averb. There's nobody. This is, at this time, the biggest battle of Averb's career. And he doesn't have a single person with him, right? That's always been the case for Averb's battles in my dealings with them. And y'all think I'm clowning when I would say, I don't know if he has friends or people that's riding with him or moving around like, oh, you got to go to another city, I'm coming with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows a level of, I don't want to get into a whole subtopic, but it shows a level of even friendship and you know, like I got homies that'll fly around the world with, you know, about me, or skip states about me, or come hang out with me, or come support me. I had a bunch of my closest people from the sandbox fly in to attend Max Out 3 because they knew behind the scenes it was my last event. Let's go support A, you know, and you see them all on my gram in the after party, right? Well, not all of them, of course, but these are a bunch of day ones. It's like, yo, we got to be there. This is A's big moment, you know? And when he has these big moments, like a Lux battle, the people that I see behind him are like a hitman. I can't put a face to anybody that would say I'm Verb's friend. I can't put a face to one. I swear to God. You could either see me in public, you could see me at an event, you could see me at the club, you could see me at the restaurant, you could see me at a battle rap event, and you could see people. You can go to my Instagram and you'll see some familiar faces, whether there's some of them from the sandbox or, you know, I can't put one face to a Verb. So I guess, Gina, you just tossed me into a whole subtopic, which is that's the last piece, which is just wrong for Murda Mook to do. Murda Mook walks in there with 30 people. Averb's by himself. Fuck this nigga, bully him. So, Gina, maybe you didn't know that I was building up to that, but that's why I left you here on the screen. And so those are all the factors as to why I think Mook was bullying Averb. Oh, shit. And see how I built a whole subtopic in that shit. I got y'all. It's part of podcasting. Let's do it.
Feel it. It's here. Now, I can run on it, jump on it, whatever one I want to display, but until I decide which action I want to take, a verb can't ever come into play. See, this how I'm more renowned, because these rounds, these crowds grasp it. But see, nouns, we need verbs to add description to shit that's happening. That's why I need you, Verb, because you help me manifest a lesson I want to fulfill, that the only reason you existing is because you position next to something that's real. Hey, do you feel? Do you feel? Do you feel? I'm on your heels. This marble floor is versatile. I shine off a pile of shit different than I do. Scripts from flicks I get reviewed, businesses I get renewed, parquet or park floor. I ain't picky when I choose. Fuck where the surf is. If the turf switch, then I guess Michael be skipping to the loo. Hey, Mook, Michael be skipping to the, J Black, you better listen now. Hey, I'm skipping to the loo. Hey, Mook, why you by yourself in the race for? Oh, this is MTV, because I'm conceited now. Plus, y'all know I'm used to whipping luxury. Why y'all got me pushing this bum-ass V around?
Why he diss his man Lux like that?
Of course, you're my brother. I tried to open these doors.
And then he shouts him out. Lux is standing right off behind my shoulder. I'll never forget, man. Lux is outside, and here's my line. He's like, yo, we at the door. I'm like, I'm on stage setting up the main event. Like, we like, what do you think this is? Well, I'm glad that Lux was able to make it in as the battle started, because it was dope for him to be there in the backdrop of Murda Mook's return. Because at the end of the day, there's one thing about a Murda Mook battle in this moment that makes it unique, is it being his return. Like 4.5 years, you know, I made this moment so epic, and having his brother there is dope.
For surf. Who the fuck told you you could ride? Now, it was in vain taking that wrist pushing suicide. Oh, and I hope you ain't think that you could hide. If you don't think that your parents let us know who are you inside, bro, you a lie. Like this created player haircut and this Beijing on your beard, son, that just tell us all you do is die. Why you always calling niggas? Yo. Hey.
New York crowd.
Hey.
New York crowd.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look. Hey, look. Why you always calling niggas ugly? You don't think that's weird, son? You even call me ugly. Well, I could be all that and some, but then here come my question. And I think it's a pretty fair one. If you think niggas is ugly, well, why don't you tell us what niggas you think is handsome?
People jazz.
Hey, Verb. Hey, Verb. Hey, look. And in your parking lot sprint incident, I tried to get you against all of my men, son. I said it's not how it appears, son. I mean, yeah, son, they caught the kidnapping, but if you look close, you see he trying to get money. That's why he ran some. Chad's a bitch. Hey, listen.
Joe Button, man.
Hey, look, Chad's a bitch. Tee off on him like I had a lisp. Sound of a Tech 9. Hey, look, Chad's a bitch. Tee off on him like I had a lisp. Sound of a Tech 9. Feel like Easter. I'm about to have a fit. You try to spin, get your back caught. That's the way the God play. All I do is amaze. You got to find out the hard way. Daylight gave me a call, say, son, this nigga 24 hours straight. I couldn't even take the shine for it because that was all day. Wait, don't we got a limited time for this? Oh, we got all day.
Like he didn't even start yet.
Hey,
I'm about to get into the
chapter.
chapter.
This clip drop. This body a quick fix. You a pit stop. The way I'm snapping on you, I got you in shot. I'm bill collector with the fist lock. I'm about to show out with a big knot. Strip you out your socks. Make you kick rocks and flip flops. 2 brick shots of Nick. 5 hours, 6 tops. I took trips with no stashes in the whip top. You ever seen cops that almost had some shit drop? I took risks to let the bricks clot. I had 6 under me, 12 all on top of me, no TikToks. Hey, yo, hey, chill. Hey, look. You need to blame ARP. He the one who did this to you. So we don't got to discuss then why you was despicable. Same nigga who said the white man tricking you, didn't went to do KOD, just typical. I think we beyond saying this nigga's a jiggable. Well, I'm hove in the elevator. I'm calm when shit getting tricky. I don't respond when little sissies try to kick it with me. Wiki. Back when smack recording was important, Missouri was sort of slow. Thought I could set the table for him, but rewind. Realized that time I was too fast for it. Pause it. Oh shit, nigga, you millennial. Picture you getting rid of Mook. You digital. My reel is old school original. My reel is old school original. I ain't need the tool. I made the streets move. I had the people eager to see Mook make a scene. That was previews. Fuck all the battle rappers who came to see me lose. Suck my dick. I hope all y'all kids die in preschool.
Damn.
Oh, and you think I ain't peep you? All your rants that you ain't verified on Instagram. Listen, man, get that shit up. They probably emailed you and said, we'll give you a check right after you get it from Lux. I know you saw him as an influence, but now turning vegan, preaching about all the wrongs men doing, it ain't no accident. You wanted y'all collision that bad. You turned into him. He gave you credit on the card when he robbed. You asked to battle, he declined. But he already gave you rounds when he curved you 3 times. But speaking on that night, Verby. Speaking on that night, Verby. When I started his career, let's tell it right, Verby. I knew you from nobody and went out on a limb and saved you from arms and feet. Should have let you get torso. We could have seen vegan Verb vegetable since you are what you eat. But my smarts stay elite. Listen hard, it get deep. Let me soul a system. This where you and I versus meet, astrology. Would I be going too far if I say that you are only a star because of me? All right, well, will my consolation be the battle that let us all know who you are was SB? Son of a bitch, that was me. But see, males and females, I was pushing through my own agenda. Bitch nigga, the whole St. Louis so a nigga. He don't think so. Here go the picture. He was the first nigga from over there to come over here to battle rap. If you would have got crippled like Hurricane, and they would have got wind of that attack, we'd have torn their dough up, stormed out of New York, wouldn't have came back after that. That's a fact. Imagine that. No rabbit hats. Would have never seen a magic act. A young ill catchphrase would have never had that impact. He would have hit Beasley. Hey, he would have hit Beasley. He would have hit Beasley to come through as a spitter. And who is this nigga? That would have been the question he got back from Smack. Nick Cannon would know who Hitman is. And what we've been hearing about who Hitman is. So yeah, take it personal. But if it wasn't for Murda Mook, Lux Curvin' You would have been the last time niggas heard the loop. But we all remember that line making his guardian angel duck. Well, I got my own guardian angel. And he told me yours ain't like that part you was saying too tough. That's why he not here to save you, bruh. Because your guardian next to my guardian, party hardy, and they partying hard, hardy, and watching me flame you up. Hey, look. Hey, Verb. Hey, look. Hey, Verb, your bars is whack. Verb, your bars is whack. And your lingo. I'll throw a hand grenade through your baby window. Kill your extended family with the same extendo. Small carrier in the pockets. That's a plain memento. But the Midwest movement, y'all was percolating. The groundwork each person put round on that circuit. Y'all was circulating. You holler ill, Remedy. Shit, y'all birthed the nation. If you hollered ill, then Remedy, I'll be the first to aid him. But Remedy got ill. Tried to holler at Verb to save him. Verb hollered ill, not Remedy. Let the nurses take him. The ill needed Remedy. Needed holler. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey, yo, but the mid. Hey, hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hey, but the Midwest movement, y'all was percolating. The groundwork each person put round on that circuit, y'all was circulating. You holler ill, Remedy. Shit, y'all birthed the nation. If you hollered ill, then Remedy, I'll be the first to aid him. But Remedy got ill, tried to holler at Verb to save him. Verb hollered ill, not Remedy. Let the nurses take him. Then ill needed remedies, needed holler and Verb replace them. They had an ill remedy for that. Holler and Verb replaced them. Now it's just holler and Verb. Chill. Hey. They had an ill remedy for that. Holler and Verb replaced them. Now it's just Holler and Verb. Probably heard they deterred the hating till it just got absurd with the Holler and Verb debate and turn the pages. Now serve Holler and Verb on stages. Holler and Verbs and phrases. A lot of disturbing statements on why they deserve the greatness. We ain't tear the Midwest down. Y'all know who the ones to blame is? All y'all got to do when y'all around looking each other faces.
Yes.
But speaking of faces, you put a blindfold on yours against X Factor. What the fuck was that, a phase? You making up new card games? Blindfolding? Wait, you combine poker with playing spades? Bet. So when my man go to raise, you gonna hit the deck after, and he gonna leave you blind and folded on the stage, because he my X Factor. You talk foul on these lines till a ref at you. And if you try to argue the call, you gonna get a tech after. But let's back up.
Argue the call. You gonna get a tech after.
Hey, but let's back up. Because if we speak in the poker, I think with our careers, that's a game it relates to. Like, to acknowledge the fact that I seen you, I had to raise you. Let's put it on the table. I knew I had to win in hand before ARP revealed the card. I could say that with a straight face, too. Oh, you straight, boo. Me and his full house will call your bluff. The king back shitting on niggas. That's a royal flush. You want to know how I do pussy niggas that be talking rough? It ain't a tough call. I just smack the dog shit out you in front of niggas that call you tough or shatter your jaw. Listen, or shatter your jaw up, or shatter your jaw up, put you into surgery, because I heard if it's glass, you're supposed to break in case of emergency. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, chill. You owe me money, Burby? I ain't allowing no debts to fester. Peel down your neck, the best oppressors oppress the pressure. The limp for the shit I'm with will probably seem extra. It's tailor suited for a body. It's an addresser for desperate measures. Get hemmed, license to kill. Something bright on the steel. You drive out of NY, you know a red light in your grill mean you could be right in your will. Ain't no strong arm robbery. Wherever I go, the can go, no hands though. I draws on niggas when I command dough.
People, he still has a lot of round left. Look at his energy and performance still. This is the type of shit niggas be having to train for. Like your wind, looking back, you're not. I don't know if you're ever gonna see a battle rapper do this again. A round that is 24, 27 minutes, and not only is it flawless, but it goes in and out of pockets, relevance, bars, chapters, personals. I think he's still pretty much on just the first chapter, which is all the St. Louis history and his tie to it that he's putting on Verb, right? And then to be able to still perform it at this level, I would have been tired as shit. The video is over an hour in already. I'm telling you. Then you ask me why Mook got the third round.
Hey, yo, and your 52 week. Did I bring another year? So you won't turn up for months. 40 calendar waist in his cock. Make sure you see the rest of your days in a box. My prior ties taught me value importance. So with this, I can't afford to miss. That's what a point meant. Total slaughter. Hey, Total Slaughter. Who remember Total Slaughter? The live wire walked in, they was all shot. I said, Rick, pick Cortez for the bed, but he really wanted your spot. No question, I'm who protested if you thought not, because Chaz, you was a picket away from sleeping on that boy cot. To the camera menu was main course hot. To the camera menu was main course hot. Aorta was the best, but get that cardiac arrest, because Offset, your heart stopped. This remind me of Young Hot. Fans need this debated, because y'all know if y'all make this debatable, there's less chance for me to go on a hiatus. And I do think I'm the greatest. I believe in the hype, but this time I'm AI. I'm going to be easy with Mike. Example. Remember game one in his final versus the Lakers? When he hit the shot niggas' faces and he silenced all the haters? Or for that one move, me and AI became one and the same. Y'all know why? Because we both stepping over the fucking loop, still won that game. You hear what I'm saying? Yo, I let this nigga hit me the whole round. I let this nigga hit me in my face. I let you hit me the whole round, nigga. You been bumping the whole time, nigga. All right. Now I didn't want to chill out. I didn't want to do this to you. Hey, if you live in a glass house, you been hitting me the. All right, Bird, my bad. I do. Fuck this shit, man. Hey, chill. Hey, if you, my nigga, you've been hitting me the whole round. It don't matter. All right, cool. Yo, whatever. I'm not even with that. Yo. I know you can't take it. Yo, if you live in a glass, you look at him emotional. Look, hey, this shit, chill out, Tomo. Yo, if you live in a, chill out. Yo, chill, leave him alone. Yo, bro, you been hitting me the whole fucking match. Damn, bro. Yo, hey, look, chill. I just want to rhyme. I don't even want none of this extra shit. I don't care. Yo.
No, one thing that this is reminding me of, this is the first RBE upload that we let play all the way through from the beginning to the end with no edits in between. So normally, like even when we were just playing the Arsenal and QB, you see that when Arsenal's rounds over, for example, there's a transition, there's like a graphic, there's like a little video that plays, and then the other person's round. This battle was so important and so impactful in the culture, and it was so widely discussed of what it would do and what it could change. We didn't want anybody looking at us for nothing. Like, oh, this ain't there, or the chant, like let's say hypothetically like a 3-0 chant, right? Or whatever. Like nothing. Like you see that came up with like Suge and Easy. We didn't want no liability for nothing with this pinnacle, pivotal moment in the culture. And we said, first upload that we're ever gonna do from beginning to end, and cut out nothing. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. We don't want to hear shit. Yeah, the whole culture attack us for some stupid shit. Hell no.
If you live in a glass house, you should. Now I'm gonna make it bad for him, Jake. If you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stone, Slime. You judging others, but you living with faults the whole time. Well, my house paid off. I don't owe near no dime, which means I don't rent my floors, nigga. I own mine. Let's take your laundry and throw it on the clothesline. We thought it was you, but it was your lesbian mother this whole time. Hey, Verb, you the son of a bitch who switched to become the son of a bitch just so she could spite your father for having another son from a bitch. She said, you know what? I'm going to fix this son of a bitch. I'm going to emasculate his ass and turn his son to a bitch. Think about it. Every trait you got come from a bitch. You get your eyebrows plucked and done. That come from a bitch. You had a perm, now you got long hair. That come from a bitch. You argue with bitches and then refer to them as a bitch. But see, here's some shit you ain't consider. What if I was to tell you your mother was who orchestrated your raping from your babysitter? Now, before y'all think I'm crazy, hear me on this theory. You know, ever since we small, every one of our thoughts, that's all from family. So, of course, a whore sucking you off was sort of scary because you was brought up taught broad on broad was ordinary. From that experience, she started shaping you. From that experience, she started shaping you. Your resentment for women had turned to hate from you. By the time you knew the difference, it was too late for you. A pretty girl waved at you. You want her brother on a date with you. A teenager who stayed confused why the wrong gender he relating to. Of course you gonna say you ain't gay and we mistaken you, but it ain't what you say that give you away. Your behavior do. Example, you always broadcasting the pussy you got that way for you. But a nigga who get ass don't brag. That's just another day for you. Your next... Yo, your next defense is your 10 kids. His next defense is 10 kids by 6 different ladies too. If I'm gay, how you explain that, Mook? Here's what I'm gonna say to you. Or you're overcompensating, defending accusations that you say ain't true. That's exactly what somebody trying to hide the fact that they gay or do. Why don't you own it if it's you? Come to terms if it's your truth. But the paradox is, how is it Murda Mook up here that's murdering a Mook? And I knew they was going to talk about, he going to say they're going to get up here and talk about why he a vegan. Well, here's something that's about the shot. Because I'm not about to get up here and talk about why he a vegan. I'm about to tell y'all niggas why he not. Time to put Jack in the box. And that leads to me releasing the true reason he turned vegan. Because for a nigga always up to something scheming, all of a sudden he a vegan. He don't eat nothing from the seeding. No baked chicken on Thanksgiving. We know tofu ain't turkey, no matter how much it's buttered up with season. I think you trying to cover up a secret. It's because of his mother, because she vegan. She a dyke, right? Right. She gave up on all the meat, then he gave up on all the meat then. Hey. 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 Hey, let's jump. Hey, let's jump. Let's jump into the deep end. Let's jump into the deep end. She couldn't cut it. Listen, let's jump into the deep end. She couldn't cut it with the beef and horn, and he took after the bull dagger. She start carpet munching, but all her matadoring should have brought the red flag up. Matter of fact, back up. Do you even really know the meaning of being vegan? That shit is a religion you believe in. It ain't about just the shit you eat.
I never caught the Matador one when he was doing all the carpet munching. He's doing floor shit. So the Matt M-A-T, adore, you know, and then, you know, the guy that's in the ring with the bull with the red shit, you know, the Matt in the Matador I never caught before. My bad. I apologize. Never caught that before.
She start carpet munching, but all her Matadoring should have brought the red flag up. Matter of fact, back up. Do you even really know the meaning of being vegan? That shit is a religion you believe in. It ain't about just the shit you eating. You know, y'all sentient beings. That makes sure keep everything living, breathing. So the question preceding is, how you up here rapping about killing meat in? How you on Instagram cheesing and minks and leather sneakers? Wait, don't leather come from cows? Moo! Somebody ain't practicing what they preaching. Hey, this is all true. Sentient beings, they believe to keep everything living, breathing. So my question, listen, I hate when niggas, look, this Murda Mook said, I hate when niggas fake turn new leaves and want to give us speeches. Want to give us all the reasons we got to believe in all the shit that they believe in. The government's intervening. Y'all chicken loving niggas tweaking. Y'all got my stomach geeking. Yeah, because you regurgitating another nigga thinking. Did you know it's illegal to crop grow, you fucking genius? Did you know it's one of the last
17 acres.
tomatoes you opened it was seedless? How you think by turning vegan, you cheated all of the diseases when the shit from animals they shoot grow all the shit you eating? Manure and the earth collide. Pesticides on your foliage, but I'm guessing you prefer to lies because they've been feeding you that horse shit. Hey, we almost done.
Leave him alone.
Hey, Verb, I met my wife. Her daughter was 8 months. Father got killed before he saw his child once.
Isn't that crazy how a New York crowd could say 3-0, but they could also say leave him alone to the other person? Oh, you gotta love New York, B.
I came into a life before the child could think, before she had a speech, before she was on her feet. So by the time she developed vocab to speak, of course, the word daddy was me. She 12 years old, and we ain't got the same bloodline, but I don't give a fuck what you or nobody say. She mine.
Right there, was that Mook counterwriting for an angle that Verb never used? I wonder.
But you don't got custody of none of your kids. When you call, they call you mister. Some of your daughter brothers don't.
Possibly not, because he's going into the custody stuff of Verb and his kids. I wonder. Either or, though, would make sense.
Don't even know that they got sisters. Those who you need to show time in 3D, do I got to be the one dimension? They showing poor traits and lack of depth from not seeing father in the picture.
Oh my God.
But nigga, I'm convinced that you ignorant as ignorant can get. But he's so ignorant to notice that he ignorant as shit. But hence, his album name, that was giving us the hints. I'm gonna let y'all finish up this shit. What's the title? Ignorance is... Exactly. Mook a superhero, stage rip. Mention me and Beefy steaks lift. And battle rap dying, I let the cake flip and save shit. Lift the whole culture, make the climate on the plane shit. So fuck being grateful. I'm the nigga y'all need to thank. Bitch, easy.
Let's go. Hey, check.
Yeah, I don't know how he did that. Flawless, fucking 20 plus. So the St. Louis piece, I wonder if we hear some of that September 13th with Hitman and Mook. The history of Hitman and Mook, they have some early back and forth and dealings. Who started this? Who said this? Who was the first to do that? Whatever. They have some of that. Then the St. Louis thing, we might hear more. September 13th, we might hear more. But that was an obvious chapter from Mook, right? He had another segment where he was barring out. The whole thing of Verb will be haunted by that forever, of him putting out that he was molested as a child, I think by a babysitter or whatever. But Mook built a theory around that, also involving his mother, that he really laid on for a while. He laid on that for a while. The vegan piece of it, he laid on for a minute too. And then at the end, even talking about, fatherhood or, what type of person he is. But tying the vegan stuff into how it's the sentient beings and the religious type of discussion around it, and some of the contradictions of people. But you're using that because Verb goes through these periods where he claims to be and he acts like a whole different person. Like I did that the other day too. And I just charted down the links and I put them in my folders. The same way we joked earlier about Drake. You see that clip that we played early in the stream where he was just talking regular, hey, what's up, y'all, have a good night. And they started arguing with a fan. He's like, yeah, so what do I want to do then? I do it. Like, he's just switched dialects and lingos like in a split second. I went back across Verb's career to see how he talked, right? And there's a lot of transitions in his who he presents to be, whether it's the pay Verb, whether it's the Captain Marketable, whether it's the Island God, whether it's the vegan Verb, right? And he changes the way he talks and he acts, and sometimes the person that he presents and all that with this new battle rap character, right? And Mook took out the vegan Verb one that Verb was at this point in his career, and he killed it. He's just calling it out for contradictory and fakeness, saying that you're not really that person because those type of people have some strong beliefs around it, right? And you're but when we see the person at hand, like when we look at King Los, even some of King Los's jewelry, right, will show that he stays consistent with some of his veganism and the way he acts and portrays himself as a man. Whereas it's like Verb, you're making these drastic life changes in the form of battle rap personas, right? It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But even that whole segment of breaking down, it's not the people. It's the shit that you're presenting of all the gay rumors and everything. It's what you're showing. It's the way you're acting. It's the things that you're doing, you know, and also the whole thing towards women, arguing and beefing and fussing and just always disrespecting women. What is your thing with women? You know, like that's not something that's just swept under the rug. Like it's clear. Like what is this continued attack on women for you, Verb? All right. You're going to turn around and say, I got 7 kids. We also heard of the term beard. You know, there's a lot of bisexual men out there too. Diddy was just revealed as one of them, right? It allegedly for all of this. But I think Murda Mook's his angles, he's saying things that could have a lot of reality and truth in them. Like, who knows if some of it is false? Who knows if a lot of it is true? But there's a lot of logic around his angles. It's not just battle rap, and I'm going to say your jeans is purple when they're really blue. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not just for this rapping for the sake of rapping. And he laid this third round there as a jewel. And I think it's overlooked because, Mook, somewhere in the world, Murda Mook is still in Club Drum rapping. And them shits was all funny at the time. You know, I laughed at some of them too. But he dropped a couple things there. And we're seeing them continue to foster when we watch Verb from this moment. We just see a lot of it continue to build in who Verb is. We should get back on that bingo or bigo show or whatever and continue to berate women and interview transvestites. And then we go back to 2018 and say, wasn't Murda Mook rapping about some of this shit? Time capsule shit. All right. That's concludes battle rap for today. Let's move on to Jay-Z. You see him in the thumbnail. This is going to be a quick one. I just thought this was cool to see. You know, Jay-Z, I don't think is an angel by far, but you still got to try to keep your karma good. A history of Jay-Z coming to other rappers' rescue. Let's see this.
Def Jam, and I got to give it to whole. X had he was in debt over there. He probably owed about 12 million. He had owed them a lot of money over there at Def Jam.
Now, Jay-Z and DMX at times were in pretty direct competition, especially as they were both dominating. When you got It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood dropping, DMX is that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z was always hanging around as one of those niggas. And they were in competition for a period of time. But look, Jay-Z wiped DMX's 12 million debt to Def Jam when he was president. Wiped it clean. Not holding on to none of their competition and nothing like that. A move like this, he could have just been the president and say it is what it is. $12 million. That's a lot of money to wipe from somebody's debt.
There's people like Jay-Z. You know what I mean? He helped me when I was really, really, really down. Really, really, really down. There's people like Swiss Beats that's gonna send me every beat he make and want me to rap on every.
Now, from the last one, I guess some people would say, yeah, but you're the president and maybe it helps you because this is a Def Jam move to clear DMX's debt. Well, then what would be his business incentive to pay somebody's taxes? Mind you, once again, Jay-Z at a time was in competition with DMX. There's also a time where he's at odds with Lil Wayne. After he tried to sign him, right? And then Lil Wayne ended up staying with Baby, and then he ended up moving forward with Young Money alongside with Cash Money. Before his fallout with Baby, right? Lil Wayne and Jay-Z were at odds, dissing each other. Keep it real, niggas ain't got my lady money, you got baby money. And then Lil Wayne comes back, baby money. Talk about my baby money. Kidnap your, get that, how much you love your lady money. Remember all that? They was dissing each other at odds. But then this man falls all the way, as per his own words, falls to the rock bottom. And here comes Jay-Z with $14 million for something that has nothing to do with Def Jam. Your taxes. Okay. Jay-Z helped me when I was really, really down. He's a real friend. That's Lil Wayne in 2018.
When I got out, like I pulled up on Jay-Z at his house and shit. Him and Beyonce was in there and Big. We was kicking it. You know, he a regular nigga. Like I just was thinking, like when I first got out, I texted him like I'm gonna pay you back. He was like, I don't want your money. He said, pay me back by being great. Woo. That's all right. So I pulled.
That's Jay-Z hired a lawyer to help 21 Savage in his immigration case. The man offered to try to pay him back when he gets out, and Jay-Z said, I don't want your money. Respect.
Got a young man by the name of Meek Mill. He caught a charge. He was like 19. He's 30 now. He's been on probation 11 years. Fucking 11 years.
Mind you, Jay-Z has political influence. You're going to see him a part of Barack Obama campaigns and ducking his own indictments and Fed charges. Whatever. He's got political ties. Okay. Meek Mill even rapped about it. That guy from Marcy or whatever, that got my back or whatever. Meek Mill knows the power of Jay-Z. Jay-Z lent resources to Meek Mill's fight for freedom as well as reform. Jay-Z gave Clips an artist-friendly deal at Rock Nation. So recently we saw the whole thing of Jay-Z helping Push and Malice get out of that fucked up scenario that they was in, right? Okay. Hove hit me back right away like, you must have made my day. Let's figure it out. We worked out the deal in less than 24 hours. Pushing buttons.
It's crazy because I'm actually still in my publishing situation.
How long? Your original one?
I signed when I was 19 years old.
You're still in your original?
37. So y'all been in the deal for a long time. Yeah, it's a co-pub with Universal Publishing and Polo. And it's just the way it was set up is just ancient terminology in the contracts. And I just now, thanks to like Desiree and Jay-Z and people like that really like kind of got me to the place I'm in now where I have an end date. But before my whole career, I was working without having an actual end date to the way we really get our money, which is through publishing. You know what I mean?
Jay-Z helped Hit Boy renegotiate a bad publishing deal. So now you don't have to wait. No end date is your whole life. And now he could work towards his publishing. Wow.
Jay-Z is a prophet. I don't know if y'all read the Bible, of any scholars of the Bible. God sent him.
I reported that Hove told you, said, man, don't do no more interviews.
Yep. That's what I'm trying to say. He's a prophet.
Right.
Even Drake told me. That's why I said, that's when I look at people like those guys are like special to the world. Like, Drake.
Jay-Z helped Timbaland during his darkest moment. The hitmaker was struggling with drug addiction and depression. You got to look around sometimes, and we want to see people of a lot of success and privilege and opportunity to be able to do things where it's like a give back thing. Like that's like people always expect that of you, right? What have you done for your hood? What have you given back? You see Verb Well, Hitman, let's there was a hurricane. Let's do this. Let's do that. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? I've seen Hitman do clothing drives, toy drives, food drives, Thanksgiving giveaways. I seen him do cash apps on Twitter talking about randomly, I want to help a couple mothers before back to school. Hit me up. I'm sending out $500 cash apps and all this type of stuff. I've never seen Verb do that before. You know, he's got 17 acres. He's a millionaire. He's this and that. Like when we look around and we see people, gods, and the power and the opportunity and the reach and the viewership that some of them claim to have. What have they done with it though? And this is me continuing to say Jay-Z ain't no fucking angel, but there's a lot of things we could look across his history and say, you've used a lot of your power also to help. If somebody is in power, if somebody holds position, if somebody has garnered a lot of success, if somebody is in the position to give opportunity, yet you look back across their life and their existence and their legacy, and you don't see any of those moments, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people I could look back across in like a Jay-Z or even beneath that type of stature and find a lot of good things that they've done. You know, league owners. You know how many league owners have held people out of jail, written letters to judges, bailed people out, helped people with their rent, helped people when they were down and out, helped people around the holidays, giving people plates randomly because they just needed to earn a check. You know what I'm saying? I literally have, it's a homie of mine from battle rap. I have money out with him and I'm not even booking any battles. It had nothing to do with a battle. The homie was going through something. He was just like, yo, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, just whenever I got something going on, we'll figure it out later. It's already like 4 or 5 months later, something like that. And I may not even try to tap that person on the shoulder for a favor back in my direction this year, or maybe not even next year, because it wasn't about that. You know, it was just the karma of when you have an opportunity to help, what did you do? What did you do? You know, if everything was selfish and everything was about you and everything was fuck these niggas, right, Verb? You look back across somebody's character, and if you're claiming to be the god and have the reach and the viewership and the impact that you have, you should have some examples of what you did with it at times. And I'm not trying to say give your life away. You know what I'm saying? Don't give your life away. Don't put yourself in the gutter to raise somebody else up. You need to be at the forefront so you can help. Jay-Z rapped that too, right? I got rich and gave back to me. That's the win-win, right? Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 million. I ain't been rhyming like common sense, much in common. Do it much sense since I know what I'm up against, right? What have you done with it? And unfortunately, I could look across some people that have significant legacies, and I don't see a single thing that they've done. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I missed it. All right. Messed up for 4 Extra, man. I saw this news going on. It's messed up that some of the biggest news headlines that come out of July 4th is somebody getting hurt. So 4 Extras, ambulance call after 4 Extra blew up his hand after showing off his plans for July 4th. Man.
3899 requesting additional unit and supervisor 43rd in Vermont.
899, can I get an RA for a male, approximately 30 years of age, conscious and breathing, blew up his hand with a firework.
3899, repeat.
And his location. 31 show is in route to the additional unit request.
3831, Roger.
Conscious and breathing, just blew up his right hand with a firework.
So just blew up his right hand. Damn. And I'm glad I could only, the reason why I could put this up right here is because they got the emoji over it, because underneath, I saw the real picture that's underneath the emoji, and it's very graphic. And I don't know if it's a AI, I don't know if it's a Photoshop, but the picture behind the emoji that I saw is literally hand is gone. Literally, people. And damn, sucks to see that for somebody to have to go through that. Let me scroll down. Where's the this video here? People is posting a lot.
Dead homies, nigga. I'm gonna blow a nigga up. Fuck wrong with a nigga. dead homies, nigga. It's the 4th. I'm about to blow a nigga up. Who wanna get blown up today, nigga? Fuck wrong with a nigga off the back? I'm blowing a nigga up. Stop playing CDs, nigga. I'm throwing them in your house. I'm throwing them at you, nigga. Vernon Avenue, nigga, off the back. I'm blowing your ass up. I'm blowing somebody up today off the back. I'm gonna blow a nigga up.
Now the reason why I ain't got no jokes for this, is because it could have been me. Could have been a lot of us, right? I don't do these type of fireworks anymore, right? But when I was young and dumb, these that he's holding, we called them either M80s or blockbusters. The blockbusters were the bigger joints, right? And I come from a time even before the Giuliani era and all that, and before fireworks got shut down in New York. There was a time moms would take me to Canal Street, Manhattan, man, when before July 4th, that's where we used to run to cop our shit. And you could just walk up and down Canal Street and some streets in Manhattan, and the Asians and some of the street sellers and whatnot, they just have blankets out on the street and just fireworks out, and you just pick whatever. Some of these fireworks, these motherfuckers was just making, you know, underground, right? Like some of them, the dope ones to buy, the big blockbusters and the shit that blow shit up, was I seen some of them that take the end of the toilet paper roll, and they just fill it with the wax and some of the gunpowder, whatever, and they put the wick in it, and that's one of your blockbusters, right? Not even the type of shit that professionally made in factories, things that are just made in people's homes, and they put it out and they sell it. And those were the shits that we wanted. One of the most popular shits that we was pulling up on a block with, let it be July 4th, was what we would call them the half stick of dynamite. Like, what's the comparison to what you got to a real stick of dynamite? How powerful is it? And sometimes we're lighting them in our hand so that we could throw this shit like a grenade, right? And we did a lot of stupid shit with our M80s and our blockbusters too. We would put them in glass bottles and then run. We would throw them at animals. We throw them at underneath cars. A lot of stupid shit we did with blockbusters and M80s. Fast forward in New York, you couldn't buy them on the street anymore when they started cracking down on fireworks. They became more underground. Like the same Asians and street dealers would be out with fireworks, but you had to pull them to the side. Like they would have like a little menu. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if my New Yorkers know what I know right now, what I'm talking about, but they have a menu, and you step to the side, show you the menu. You know what I'm saying? What you looking for? What you want? What you want? Yeah, I need a whole roller. I need the Roman candles. I need an M80. Oh, let me get one of the blockbusters. Oh shit, you got the whole the half an hour long fucking firecracker shits. Yeah, I need one of those. I need a sparkler too. I need a shower. I need all of those, right? And they're like, all right, cool. Come down in the subway. Walk down the stairs in the subway. They go in the cut. They grab, boom, put it off in a bag. Go about your business, because they cracked down on it. Now, good luck finding fireworks in New York. It got to the point where if we was in New York and we was going up for the 4th, we was driving states away. Niggas was taking orders. Yo, I'm going to Virginia. I'm going over here. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? PA, not Virginia. I think it was PA. Niggas was making road trips to PA and taking niggas' orders. You know, going to a state where you could at least find some fucking fireworks and come back with a trunk full of, all right, here, selling. Here you go, here you go, here you go. It got to that point. And then even past that, if niggas ain't taking a trip, you're dead. So my July 4th in New York evolved. But now even current day, like I said, I did July 4th fireworks. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do no fireworks last night. I did fireworks last year. I did fireworks at Holler's house. And I pulled up like $2,000 worth of fireworks in the trunk. But at least it's from factory made, professional made shit, right? It's like you walk into the actual fireworks store and you purchase what you purchase. And I don't purchase nothing that you can hold in your hand, right? Nothing. Like, I'm way more careful now. Like, you got like, what is it? The punks, the lawn punks that you light shit with. Or, you know, a long lighter or some shit. Don't give me no fucking joint that niggas light cigarettes with. You know what I'm saying? So I already got my leg out, you know what I'm saying? Leaning away so that my body is already in the direction I'm going. I light the wick and I'm off. You know what I'm saying? I'm never holding nothing in my hand, because people lost hands like that, lost fingers like that, where it's just like, oh, the wick snap. Not every firework is created equal, and not every wick is created equal. Some wicks, boom. Like, oh, how did shit go so fast? Other wicks is slower. You know what I'm saying? Other wicks is mid speed, and you don't know what the fuck is in your hand. You think you got time because the wick is this long. You think you got time, and you light that shit in your hand. Next thing you know, oh, you didn't even get a chance to get that shit out your hand. And that shit go off. Even if you had dropped it, by the time it drops, it's still close enough to boom and fuck your shit up. So who knows if 4Extra was holding, like he was saying in the video, throwing shit and holding them in the hands just like this, like they're grenades or whatever. But I think I got to a point where I looked around the internet and heard the stories and seen people get hurt enough where I said I ain't holding shit no more, you know, and you know, I guess that's smart for people to do. Don't hold any fireworks in your hand that you light, people. Don't do. I don't care what type. Even small. All right, you got a sparkler with a kid. Cool. You got to hold a Roman candle. But the thing about a Roman candle is I've seen Roman candles backfire. So I never hold Roman candles in front of me where if it backfires and comes out the other end, it can hit me in my body. I always hold them off to the side of my body and shake them. You know what I'm saying? Always. Always, 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 always. You know what I mean? So it is dangerous using fireworks, period. But if you're going to use them, you can up the percentage of not getting hurt tenfold if you do it responsible. You know, but I didn't do shit last night. I ain't play with no fireworks last night. So yeah, sorry to hear that for any man. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Now there's a million headlines of people talking about how 4Extra's lost his hand. That's crazy. All right. And before we leave off the stream today, I'm gonna give y'all some recaps too of some movies and series that I just saw. But I do want to say a rest in peace to Young Noble. Young Noble dies by suicide at the age 47. Member of the Outlaws. I haven't heard too much about him musically, but when I saw that he possibly allegedly took his own life at 47, there's so much life to live if you're 47. Don't know what the man's been going through, but Young Noble, a rapper who worked closely with Tupac Shakur, has died by suicide, TMZ has learned. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ hip-hop Noble, born Rufus Lee Cooper III, died in Atlanta Friday morning. Our sources say he died from a gunshot wound that appears self-inflicted at this time. We've reached out to local authorities for more information. Noble got his big break in hip-hop after joining the Outlaws. We know his history. Noble appeared on We Know His History. Young Noble released several I know that. I want to fast forward to if there's any signs of what they're talking about. Noble suffered a severe heart attack back in 2021, revealing he was grateful for a second chance in his Instagram post he made in May of that year. We're told Noble was playing basketball with friends recently and didn't show any signs of illness. Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to homie from the Outlaws, man. 47 is too soon to leave. Way too soon to leave. And don't know if he was going through something that made him feel like that was the best way for him. I only know one person that I actually knew personally that commit suicide. One person. It was from school. And I don't even want to disrespect his name by saying, I'm not even going to say his name. I don't even want to disrespect him by saying that it was because what he was into. But he was into like this raver, gothic-y type of wearing black trench all the time type of. So I don't know if it was related to that. He was a smart kid too. But he hung himself. You know what I'm saying? He hung himself. But yeah, people. Yeah, I don't gotta use the new era mental health stuff. I'm George Carlin with it. I'll be feeling that some of this shit is so watered down, people is not getting the help that they deserve. If somebody is going through it and they feel like, and it looks like they're at rock bottom, help them. Help them, man. Check in on them, man. One of my boys just got out of surgery. He's fine. I sent him a text yesterday. I was just like, yo, you good? Scale of 1 to 10. How are you? How you doing? I'm about 75%. I said, all right, anything less than that, I'm pulling up. You know, niggas not suicidal, nothing like that. But check on your people, man. Check on your people if you know that they're going through something. I know life can get so routine that sometimes we don't check on each other. I don't call all my boys all the time. You know what I'm saying? They don't call me all the time. Right. But if you know that they're going through something, tap in. You'd be surprised what that does for somebody, to help them lift up, to help them, to remind them that they have people that love them. Sometimes people got too much pride even to ask for help, but just knowing that they're not alone helps. Like, nah, I got some of my homies that's still around. All right, cool. Nah, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Even if I ain't see you in months, we all here. We here. So rest in peace to homie from the Outlaws. All right. Quick reviews. Jurassic Park is true from yesterday's stream. It's trash. Very fast. I'll get straight to that. I ain't gonna pull no punches. It's trash. It's made for kids. When I was watching this Jurassic Park or Jurassic World Rebirth yesterday, it even showed me the evolution of PG-13. Now, I don't know if Jurassic Park Part 1 was PG-13. Let me pull it up real quick. Was the original Jurassic Park rated R? I don't remember. It says no. The original Jurassic Park is rated PG-13. People, I'm here to tell you, the rating of PG-13 has evolved like the rest of the world. We are so fucking sensitive. I knew that I was watching something that was really scripted and produced and directed for kids when I saw the first killing scene. And I ain't gonna spoil. Fuck it, I'll spoil it because don't waste y'all time to go see it. They crashed their boat when they got to the island or whatever, and on the shore while they're all getting themselves together now, there was like a blow up boat as well. Oh no, not a blow up boat. There was like a big floating thing that they pulled off of the boat with all their shit in it, like all their supplies and whatnot. And a woman walks behind it. And one of the dinosaurs, you see him wake up on the shore, and she didn't notice it. This big ass dinosaur wakes up on the shore, starts moving, walks behind her. And the moment she walks behind the big floating thing with all their supplies, the dinosaur attacks and you don't see the attack. Right. I was like, oh, okay, you guys are blocking the actual killings. This is so scripted for kids, even though it's PG-13. Because there's levels underneath PG-13. PG-13 is still supposed to be what? Parental guidance for teenagers. 13. Parental guidance. You don't even need parental guidance. A 5-year-old could watch Jurassic Park Rebirth without parents, right? So I was like, this is super sensitive. Jurassic Park, the original one, that was PG-13 as well. Nah, T-Rex is, you see him chomping and chewing on the nigga and all that type of shit. You ain't getting that in this. It's so sensitive and so for children. The dinosaurs, they try to lean more towards the mutated dinosaurs. I don't know if y'all like me. I like original dinosaurs. Give me a Triceratops. Give me the raptors. Give me a T-Rex. Yes, there's a T-Rex in there. There's a T-Rex scene in the middle of the movie. It's kind of weak. You know, it's weak. It's putting T-Rex in its most stupidest forms. These dinosaurs were predators. They're instinctual hunters. This T-Rex, though, they just made stupid as shit. They bump into the first T-Rex when he rolls over from sleeping and snoring. Doesn't that sound stupid as shit the way I just said that, people? The T-Rex scene and the T-Rex encounter, they bump into it because he rolls over while he's snoring. Like you see his stomach and everything, like a dog, like rolls over. Then he wakes up and he's stretching, and then it's like there's no gritty hunting predator nature to the T-Rex. Like the T-Rex, now that he finally sees the humans and he's trying to eat them, he sucks. He misses his opportunity 20 times at 5 different humans because he has no predator killer instinct. The T-Rex is as shitty as trying to eat. So that's the T-Rex, because you know the T-Rex is always going to be one of the biggest scenes of the movie. So I just killed it right there. The second one that you expect to be one of the best scenes of a Jurassic Park movie, give me the raptors. Oh my God. The disrespect to the raptors. The guy is taking a piss in the woods, and then behind him, 2 raptors start to sneak up on him. And then one of those big fucking pterodactyl type birds, before the raptors pounce on the guy that's taking a piss, one of them pterodactyl birds swoop in to kill the raptor and eat it. So you see a raptor for about 10 seconds of the movie, and it gets just lifted away and flown away and eaten by another dinosaur that flies. So they totally disrespect the two biggest joints, a T-Rex and a raptor. Then you're not seeing none of the killings, pretty much. It's like for kids. And they focus on mutated dinosaurs, which to me suck. I know it's newer. I know you want to try to show something. The biggest feature or the scariest buildup to the biggest dinosaur, it's not a T-Rex. I kid you not, people. It's a D-Rex. I kid you not. A mutated T-Rex with like 5 arms, small arms, and shit in his. Is bad. And that was my only fear. Am I going to lose about 3 hours of my day with this shit? And I fucking did. It was trash. Now, I promised y'all Squid Games as well. I got like another 30 minutes left of the final episode to watch. I fell asleep last night on it again. But the biggest episode, which leads up to like the last game, which is the 5th episode, the one before last. So, like I said, if they started to recover in the second half a little, because like the first 2 and 3 episodes, I was just like, and they started to recover a little bit. And why is it only 6 episodes? But anyway, they started to recover a little bit in the second half. And I was like, yo, if they close the right way, and if the last, like 2 episodes, like 5 and 6 are dope, and the last game is dope, and the way they bring this all home is dope, it will recover it. And I'll be like, all right, Squid Games is cool. That didn't really happen for me. So I stand on the first Squid Games is dope. Okay, we got something here. They kicked off the franchise in a strong way. The second one was like, this is a letdown. And they did it in a continuation, didn't even bring it to completion. And then the third one is just like, you don't need to watch it. If y'all just want to, for completion standpoint, let me watch all the Squid Game series. By all means, go ahead. And it's only 6 episodes, so it's not going to take you too much time to go through. But it ain't really that much worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? So two letdowns. Jurassic Park, super trap. This Jurassic Park was so bad to me. Me being a movie guy, I knew going in, I don't care how good the trailer looks, there's a chance that this movie might be trash because that's the nature of Jurassic Park. Like they totally shot the franchise. They're just using the name at this point. They're throwing some movies out there, and it is what it is. Cool. I explained that yesterday, and I got kind of what I could have expected going in. But I can't even do that now for the next Jurassic Park. They can't even get the 2-3 hours from me. Not even for free, not with theater, at home streaming. You can't get it. Like this Jurassic Park for me was so bad. I can't give you nothing else. All I got to do is talk about the early Jurassic Parks and give them the credit that they deserve. I can't do no more going forward. That's it. Never again will Jurassic Park get my time. Fuck the $20. It's my time. You won't get it. You won't get it. All right. That's it. I've been rewatching Game of Thrones and Star Trek Deep Space. I never got into Star Trek. I can't tell you nothing about Star Trek. I know some of the characters, but I never got into Star Trek. I was more of a Star Wars guy a little bit back then when I was a kid. I fucked with them. But Game of Thrones deserves a rewatch at any point in the year. I got Game of Thrones as the number 2 TV series of all time. Number 2. Y'all know what number 1 is for me. I don't gotta say it. But when I was watching Game of Thrones, I was getting scared. That's how good it is. I was just like, oh my God, is this gonna pass The Wire? Oh my God, is this? I needed to slow down. I need to have some low points here because I can't lie to myself and say, yo, this is better than The Wire. If it really is, like, I was like, yo, please, Game of Thrones, slow down. It's too good. Who does that? Who watches a show and says, you're so good, I need you to slow down a little bit so you don't pass The Wire? Only a weirdo does some shit like that. That's how much I protect The Wire? Really? But for real, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, it's epic. It's epic, man. It's I got it number 2. All right. Let me jump to some of these supers real quick. Once again, when the stream started, KX gifted. So if you want to catch any of KX's gifts, you got to be here when the stream starts. Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, I know you can't time it because it's the mornings, but it's not a set time for Saturday and Sunday. But shout out to KX once again. Don Bean, seriously, is Hollow no longer a God tier, or was he ever? Hollow is a Mount Rushmore candidate to me. I think he I don't have fuck. I could make a God tier argument for Hollow if he had more battles. Maybe, I don't know. There was a time where definitely he is an endgame person. He's not really felt like an endgame person for a while now, for like at least 5 years, maybe. You know, Hollow will go down as one of the all-time greats. And like I say, it's not a bad thing to say somebody is a Mount Rush candidate. I just don't have Hollow in a God tier bracket. I don't think it's tough. It's tough. If I break it down the way I did with Charlie Clips and Arsonal and prove to myself that I was wrong before, maybe that would happen if I looked over Hollow shit. Maybe he is a God tier. Or if my initial reaction though is like, oh, you know? So I'm not sure. But shout out to Hollow. He's one of them niggas. Okay. Definitely a Mount Rushmore candidate. Cotton says, if Clips is Thor, Ars is Loki, a god, but gets beat up sometimes. They got a bunch of losses on their resumes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm with you on that. We saw Jay earlier. We peep you in the background, sir. Oh yeah, hosting about. He talking about what the Mook in the Verb that we watched, right? Third round that we watched. Craig OG says, one of our members says, Cortez said he went outside, got a live chicken, clean, cooked, and it came back and Mook was still rapping. He said that for real? Cole was there. Yeah, he was at this event. He said that for real though. Like, Cole, why would you even walk out on a Murda Mook return battle? Like, I don't know if I want to believe this, or shout out to Cole. All right, 9:15. I got some stuff to get to today. I'm gonna have some reviews and recaps for y'all tomorrow as far as what I got going on today. So tomorrow's stream, I definitely might have some cool stuff to tell y'all about outside of our typical news. So said that, thank you to all the members. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to the entire chat. Another one in the books, and I will catch y'all early in the morning. We'll be back.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.